Giggins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good. Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Back here at Central Valley High School, as thank you for joining us. If you were just watching the Hillsboro Central Valley versus Hatton Northwood girls varsity team, well, you stay tuned for this doubleheader as we get set. We're just moments away from the start of the boys varsity between Hatton Northwood Thunder and Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Hillsboro Central Valley, they're coming into this game off of a big win against Cavalier. You know, it was not the cleanest of games that saw them put up several double-digit fouls throughout the game, but they still came away victorious with a 63-43 win over Cavalier. Hatton Northwood, on the other hand, losing a tough one to Mayport CG last time out, which they lost in a very close game. Currently in Region 2, Hillsboro Central Valley sits at 5-5 overall, 3-2 in the region, while Hatton Northwood is 4-6 overall and 1-4 in the region. Definitely Hatton Northwood going to be looking to get some momentum going their way early, as they want their offense to start off strong here, as we will just do a quick Irie Insurance pregame show looking at some keys for both teams. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. For Hillsboro Central Valley, definitely want to play a cleaner game than they did against Cavalier, putting up double-digit points in both halves, sending Cavalier to double bonus. That is not something you are going to want to do down the stretch here tonight. If you're Hatton Northwood, definitely going to be looking defensively, make some stops. Hillsboro Central Valley has a lot of players that can hurt you down the stretch, and we've seen them do it. Despite the up and down season that Hillsboro Central Valley has had, Hatton Northwood going to want to get some momentum going early on offense, make some key stops on the defensive side of things, and just hope that it all comes together for them down the stretch. That's going to do it for our quick Irie Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups and tip-off, all coming up here on yourliveevent.com.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Back here at Central Valley as we get set for your American Crystal Sugar starting lineup. Learn more about American Crystal Sugar, including career opportunities, online at crystalsugar.com. As we get to your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups, to get things going for the Hatton Northwood Thunder, Caleb Braun, the senior guard, will get the start tonight against Hillsboro Central Valley. Levi Jorgensen, the senior guard, gets the start for the Thunder. Austin Rigg, the senior guard, will get the start for the Thunder. And to 2020, Derrick Carpenter, the sophomore guard, will get the nod here. And to round it out, Kelby Azure, the senior forward, will get the nod here for the Thunder. Looking at your starting lineups for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Number 5, Gannon Limke, the senior guard/forward, will get the start here. Number 15, Parker Gallagher, the senior guard, will get the nod. Number 33, Peter Dryberg, the junior guard/forward, getting the start. Number 44, Caden Waterworth, the senior forward, getting the nod. And to round things out here, number 50, Jacob Brandt, the sophomore forward, getting the start for Hillsboro Central Valley. The Thunder, or Hatton Northwood, are coming, coached by Christian Vilvang, assisted by Connor Weber. Hillsboro Central Valley comes in, coached by Elliot Rutvold, and assistant coaches Jeremy Brandt and Marcus Hagness here. As we will go ahead and bring in, once again, Keith Meyer. Thank you so much for running camera and being our second voice here tonight at Central Valley. We've already seen the girls play out, and boys team, it's the Hillsboro Central Valley boys coming in off of a big win after kind of a rut they were on. The Hatton Northwood Thunder, though, coming off of a tough loss against Mayport CG, a tough team no matter what. I mean, from what you have seen so far from Hillsboro Central Valley, what are some of the keys to be looking for here for the Burros?
Well, any scoring they can get from the outside is a bonus. I know Coach Rutvold's been working on that all year, trying to get somebody to start hitting from the outside. Hopefully somebody steps forward and can fill that role, and maybe not necessarily three-pointers all the time. That 15 to 17-footer would be good too, just to loosen up the defense on the inside.
Gannon Limke and Caleb Braun meet at half court for the tip-off, as Limke with the quick win off to Parker Gallagher. Limke gets a floater, and he won't make that one, but they'll get the rebound anyway. As Limke pulls up for a 3 this time, and he'll miss that one, and that'll be rebounded by Kelby Azure of Hatton Northwood. Now heading the other direction is Levi Jorgensen, who dumps this one down to Derrick Carpenter. Jorgensen now gets the pass back, dumps down to Austin Rigg. Carpenter goes off to Azure. Jorgensen with it now at the top of the arc on the far side. Looking down to Rigg. Carpenter inside to Braun, who'll look inside this time. Also to Azure, and Azure will miss that one. Rebounded by the Burros, now heading the other direction. Limke now goes back off to Parker Gallagher. And a floating shot by Jacob Brandt, and he'll make that first one. And a quick points for the Burros here with 7:02 left to go in the first quarter. Jorgensen dumps this one down to Austin Rigg for the Thunder. Braun with it now, hand off to Jorgensen, to Rigg. Derrick Carpenter now with it. As Braun has to go back out to Carpenter, who slows things down, trying to find a lane to his right, isn't going to get it. Dumps this one off to Rigg, and Rigg with the floater of his own can't make it. Rebounded by Brandt, a lot of contact, but he'll stay up on his feet and pass that one off to Parker Gallagher. Brandt with it now, trying to go inside the lane, will lose it, but Peter Dryber there for the pickup. Parker Gallagher for 3, and he'll drain it. That quick 3 there. Parker Gallagher, nobody on him, wide open, as Levi Jorgensen crossing half court, gets forced out of bounds, draws a foul, and we'll get that one on Peter Dryber.
If Gallagher can start knocking those down, this team is going to take a major step forward.
And a good poke away there by Caden Waterworth. He can't come up with it, though, as Kelby Azure keeps up with it. And so now a 5-2 lead here for the Burros. Peter Dryber now hands off to Parker Gallagher to his right. Gallagher fakes, looks off to Gannon Limke. As Jacob Brandt trying to pass this one down to Gallagher. But Gallagher will pick it up, pass off to Peter Dryber. Looks inside to Gannon Limke, and Limke with a nice floater there, and he'll put in his first points of the night. Levi Jorgensen now crossing half court with a lot of pressure from Limke. Carpenter now goes off to Jorgensen on the far side, looking down now towards Rigg on the near side. Azure now finds a lane, going inside. A lot of contact. I believe they're going to give that one to Jacob Brandt on the contact there. So.
No, they gave it to Waterworth, I think.
Yeah, they did give that one to Waterworth. A lot of contact, so that will send Kelby Azure to the free throw line for first time tonight.
Yeah, Waterworth was, he gave up the baseline, but his help was coming. It was just a little bit late in arriving. So Waterworth ended up pushing Azure, and that's where the free throws came from.
Azure will make the second one, and see on the baseline there, a couple Burrows got a little bit ahead of themselves, but nothing called. Quick dump out to Peter Dryber, who gets immediately double teamed as Gannon Limke crosses half court, looks down to Brandt. And on the inside, that's Limke there. Limke putting up another bucket. Look inside to Azure yet again. No contact there, rebounded by Waterworth. And they will give that one to Kelby Azure, his first personal of the game. A lot of contact there. Kelby Azure definitely that postman that the Thunder are going to go to a lot, as the Thunder will make their first substitution. That will be Teddy Paturik coming into this game. Quick pass out, having to jump over double defenders there to Limke. Waterworth pulls up for a long two, and he'll make that one. Makes it look easy. Jorgensen pass off to Pederik. And that's going to be a timeout by head coach Villing. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Here with 4:35 left to go on the Tim Kazette seed sales scoreboard, the Burrows lead the Thunder 11-4.
Planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
Back here at Central Valley, here still in the timeout. This first quarter, definitely a lot of action already going on. The Burrows with a 11-4 lead, over the Thunder. And the boys' offense for the Burrows really just getting going here, as they've been able to get some good stops defensively, get the rebounds. 2 team fouls already for the Burrows. As mentioned, Burrows wanting to clean that one up, especially after Thursday's game against Cavalier, which saw them put up double-digit points in both halves. So not something they want to do. They do not want to send Hatton Northwood to the free throw line too often here. As that Carpenter loses control, poked away, and last touched by Carpenter for the Thunder. So now turnover, heading the other direction with it is the Burrows. The Thunder wearing the all blue with white lettering. The Burrows in the all white with the blue trim and blue lettering. As Waterworth passes down to Brandt. Looks off to Dryber, looking inside to Limke, and Limke with the nice floater as he'll make that one. Jorgensen with the long pass off to Carpenter. He'll get the pass back. Parker Gallagher playing some good defense here, putting the pressure on. Petrick dumps down to Azure. Looking off to Braun, who pulls up for 3, no good. Almost rebounded by Dryber, but they'll be picked up by Gallagher off the rebound. Long pass out to Dryber for 3, no good. And that'll be a good bucket here by Waterworth. As Braun now goes off to Azure. Azure with the lane going up, and he'll score. Definitely Azure, the go-to guy in the post for the Thunder. Gonna be seeing him a lot. Quick pass out, Gallagher missed it, but Brandt was there to recover it. Dryber now looking off to Gallagher, going down to Brandt on the far side. Limke now Back off to Gallagher, who finds Dryber. Dryber now taking a lane. Brandt pulls up for three, and he'll drain it. So now heading the other direction with it is Petrick for the Thunder. Jorgensen going inside the lane, trying to, I think he was trying to bounce that one to Azure, or just trying to throw that off of the Burrows' legs, but the Burrows will come up with it. So now heading the other direction. Dryber now will go off to Brandt, who will find Limke for three. Limke's no good off of the rim. They called a foul here on the Burrows.
That was a good look for Limke. He was wide open over there, and it was a straight-on corner shot. You got to take that one. He just didn't get it to go.
Yeah, just took the unfavorable bounce off the rim there. As we get a couple substitutions here, Austin Rigg coming back out onto the floor for the Thunder, along with number 12, Hunter Tweet. As Rigg gets the pass from Jorgensen, he'll cross half court, dumps off to Azure. Azure now going inside the lane. Going up, no good, took an unfavorable bounce off the rim yet again. Both teams, that rim is not favoring either of them. As Brandt pulls up for three himself. Once again, off the rim, no good. As Tweet now with it, passing off to Jorgensen. As Teddy Petrick trying to go off to Azure. Azure almost loses it, but comes up with it. Looking down to Rigg. They'll wave off the call, and they'll get the foul there on Peter Dryber. Four team fouls already for the Burrows. And now we'll see Aaron Cooper come into the game. Tweet with it, goes down to Jorgensen, who pulls up for a three of his own. And that'll go wide, no good. So now heading the other direction with it is the Burrows. Gallagher with it now, dumps off to Aaron Cooper. And they'll find Alec Magnuson, excuse me. And Magnuson will miss his shot. Gallagher with it now to Cooper. Tweet now putting the pressure on. Ball knocked out of the air by Jorgensen. It'll be stolen away by Tweet, heading the other direction. Has a lane, good clean play there by Cooper. And Magnuson will draw the jump ball, but it'll stay in favor of the Thunder. Jorgensen, quick pass up all the way up to Azure, who will find Rigg to his left. Azure pump fake, sends Magnuson in the air, and going inside the lane, and he'll float that one in for two. Azure accumulating all 8 of the Thunder's points so far tonight as Brandt gets the pick from Limke. Quick pass out to Magnuson for a long two, no good. But Brandt comes up with it, looks down to Gallagher, who decides against shooting for three. Now Brandt will shoot for three. No good off the rim. And Petrick trying to keep that one fair. But that'll just go out of bounds.
I don't think he had to go after that one. I think it went straight out the rim towards the out of bounds. He could have just let it go and would have been Thunder ball.
So coming into the game now for the Burrows is 24, Jace Leshik. Leshik with the quick pass out to Gallagher. Cooper with it now, going back down to Gallagher in the middle of the arc. Inside, Aaron Cooper, no good, even with the backboard. As Limke got the rebound and he went up. A lot of contact there, so he'll go to the line. And that'll be Rigg for his first personal. That's the second team foul for the Thunder with 24 seconds remaining.
Cooper took that shot really quickly. He was afraid of somebody coming from behind and swatting it out of bounds. but as a result of trying to shoot that thing quickly, he didn't take his time, and he just flat out missed it.
Alex Cotton comes into the game for the Burros now. And it was a good look by Cooper. You know, he did kind of rush it, but great look there. Just took, again, just so we've been seeing unfavorable bounces off the rim as Magnuson gets the rebound, and that'll be missed yet again. Jorgensen now crossing half court. 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Jorgensen getting the call from his coach. Gets the pick from Tweet. Has a lane, goes up, and he'll miss that one, as that'll be rebounded by Gannon Limke, and you'll just hold on to it as the first quarter comes to an end. The Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead the Hatton Northwood Thunder 19-8 here on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, Broadband Voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Back here at Central Valley High School, in between quarters, at the end of the first, the Burros lead the Thunder 19-8. And the Burros definitely getting going early offensively. And that's exactly what they would want. They wanted to get some shots down. But after about halfway through the first, the offense kind of went on a drought, and the Thunder were starting to take control. But the Burros so far have been holding strong. Starters back out onto the floor for the Thunder. Gavin Mitzel now on the floor for the Burros, as Magnuson trying to get the inside pass to Mitzel. It won't go, but we have a jump ball situation. It'll go in favor of the, actually no, they'll call a foul on Cooper. So it'll stay in favor of the Thunder. Levi Jorgensen now with it, goes down to Derrick Carpenter. Carpenter looking back up to Caleb Braun, who looks to his left for his Carpenter. Jorgensen on the far side now with it. This zone defense by the Burros doing a good job disrupting some potential plays for the Thunder. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock as Jorgensen backs out, looks towards Rigg. Azure pulls up for three, in and out of the rim, no good. And that'll be rebounded by Cooper, now heading the other direction with it, as Parker Gallagher with it. Trying to find somebody who looks off to Jace Leshik. Gallagher pulls up for a three of his own. He'll miss that one. He made the first three. He made the first three-pointer in the first quarter. He'll miss that one. Jorgensen now passed down to Derrick Carpenter. As Carpenter slows things down for the Thunder. Hugging that line between travel there. Had to stretch out his toe as Jorgensen gets the lane, pass off to Rigg, and Rigg will put up a score. As Parker Gallagher he will draw the foul off of Jorgensen. As we get some substitutions coming onto the floor for the Burros. Shall see Brandt and Gannon Limke check back into the game. Brandt with it, trying to look inside to Limke, poked away, and now heading the other direction with it is Braun. Braun pulls up, no good for his shot. Had the lane, but the Burros able to put up some good transition defense. Quick dump out to Cooper, who will find Limke for three, and he'll drain that one. Takes the favorable roll inside the net. Derrick Carpenter now crossing half court with a lot of pressure from Leshik. As Petrick now with it, going down to Carpenter. Carpenter's gonna lose this one. Chase for the ball as Leshik pokes that one to the side. That'll be picked up by Gallagher and passed down to Cooper, who will score. Derrick Carpenter now heading cross court with it. Looks off to Braun. Caleb Braun now looking back to Carpenter. Backing down, floater, trying to use the backboard to his advantage, no good. That'll be rebounded by Brandt, now heading the other direction with it. Cooper with it, goes off to Brandt on the far side. Cooper now just looking to his right, finds Gallagher, who looks, and the Burrows look inside, trying to get that one to Brandt. He'll miss the first one, but that'll be rebounded by Limke, and Limke will put up the score. And we have a timeout here by the Thunder. We'll take a timeout as well on the Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Give them a call at 701-430-0877. The Burrows lead the Thunder 26-10.
Fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Back here at Central Valley, coming out of the timeout, 4:50 remaining in the first half, as the Hillsboro Central Valley Burrows leading the Hatton Northwood Thunder 26-10. As just seeing a lot of extra effort put in as kind of stop play so the floor can get a quick wipe down. As Jorgensen trying to get the quick pass off to Carpenter, knocked out of the air, and that'll be picked up by Brandt heading the other direction. And Limke gets the pass, and he'll score. Beautiful pass there. Brandt at the right place at the right time. We'll give him the steal because he's the one who came up with it, but good defensive effort by the Burrows to poke it out of the air. Carpenter couldn't catch up with that one. Jorgensen now with it. Cuts to his left, gets the pick by Petrick. Long pass off to Carpenter. As Braun now with it, going inside the lane. His shot's going to be well short. And now heading the other direction is Parker Gallagher, who will find Brandt. Brandt looking like he was going to go for three. Almost stolen away as Limke pulls up for three. He won't make that one. A little bit of confusion as who was going to come down with it, but Azure finally gets the rebound. As Jorgensen crosses half court, 3:51 remaining. As the Thunder slow things down, Azure with it, pulls up for a three of his own, no good. Will be rebounded there by Leshik. Now crossing half court with it is Gallagher, who will find Cooper on the near side. Brandt pulls up for a long two, no good, bouncing off the rim and out. As Jorgensen getting some nice space here, pass off to Braun. Quick dump down to Carpenter. Looking inside to Azure now, who starts backing down. A dump out to Jorgensen for three, and he'll drain that one. Beautiful three-pointer there by Jorgensen. Gallagher fakes a three of his own, pass off to Cooper on the far side. Cooper dumping it down to Gallagher, who will find Leshik for three, off the rim, no good. As Levi Jorgensen now with it, crossing half court. 15-point lead for the Burrows, 28-13. Jorgensen and Leshik in that corner by half court as it'll be passed down to Teddy Petrick. Dakota Carpenter now passing off to Kelby Azure. Jorgensen now with the ball, backing down. Makes his own lane, and follows all the way through for an easy layup. So he'll put up some more points, cut this lead down. Aaron Cooper now slowing everything down, looks off to Jace Leshik. Leshik going back off again, and Limke finds Cooper. Cooper will go down to Brandt, and Brandt's shot's no good, and the Burrows Burrows, I would almost argue that that was last touch by the Burrows, but I don't have as good of an angle as the refs do down there. So Jacob Brandt will miss that shot. Almost rebounded by Leshik there, but as we get another substitution here off of the Limke two-pointer, that is number 31, Landon Olson, who comes into the game. Jorgensen now. Pass down to Austin Rigg. Hunter Tweet has checked back into the game for the Thunder as Levi Jorgensen cuts to his right off the pick of Azure. Going back out to Tweet. Gallagher with the steal, and he's an errant pass here. Scrum for the ball. Lots of bodies on the ground here. Azure will finally pick it up. And they will stop play. Levi Jorgensen and Jace Leshik, I think they collided heads here.
Yeah, Jorgensen was rubbing the top of his head like he got a knot up there really quick.
Yeah, and he will be subbed out. So Derrick Carpenter back in. Both players just rubbing their heads. Definitely not something you like to see, but it's good to see that they're able to get up and still walk. Carpenter now with it. Pass down to Rigg. Stolen away by Parker Gallagher, now heading the other direction with it. Quick inside pass to Limke, and Limke will score thanks to the assist from Gallagher. As Carpenter now finds Rigg on the inside. Lots of pressure. Azure fakes, draws a lot of contact. He'll go to the free throw line for two. I want to say they're going to get that one. They're going to give that one to Landon Olson. So that's his first. As Azure will make his first free throw attempt. Kelby Azure accounting for 9 points of the Thunder's 16 with less than a minute to go as he makes his second. Parker Gallagher now with it, heading cross court, dumps this one down to Jacob Brandt. Landon Olson will find Limke, who goes off to Brandt, and Brandt for three, he'll make that. Derrick Carpenter, dumps this one off to Caleb Braun, and Braun drawing a lot of contact from Landon Olson will go to the free throw line. Actually, scratch that. I want to say they're going to give, I saw a 5. I think they may be giving that to Limke. And they are. As Braun will miss his first free throw attempt.
Good eyes, my man.
And I just so happened to look down and see 5. I initially thought I saw 3-1. And he'll make the second one. 36 seconds left to go. 3 seconds 2 seconds actually separate shot clock and game clock now. As quick pass off to Limke. Gallagher slowing things down, dumps it back up to Limke. Gallagher hugging that line, trying to kill as much time as possible. Take a last second shot if need be with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Gets the pick from Brandt, dumps down to Gallagher, who pulls up for 3, and he'll drain it. And Azure with a long 3 of his own, so close. Well behind half court, and it hits the backboard. And that will be a miss. At the end of the first half, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead the Hatton Northwood Thunder 38-18. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your Ryan Optal Farmers Union Insurance halftime show here on yourliveevent.com.
Hillsboro and Central Valley school districts share this message to all community members about building assets in your community. Hi, this is Hayden Allen. Young people grow strong through positive relationships with adults. It only takes a small investment of time to truly make a difference in a young person's life. You can help build up a young person by taking just a minute to give them words of encouragement and advice, making them feel the true impact they have in the community. A message provided by everyone at Hillsboro and Central Valley School District.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart, east of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. The story is told that the lumber yard in Hillsboro has been continuously operating on this same location since 1881. That means that although it has changed its name, appearance, and ownership a few times, we've been in business for 140 years. Proudly part of the Hillsboro community as one of the original businesses founded on serving our neighbors. And wouldn't you know, that business model still works after all this time. With a focus on customer service, Hillsboro Lumber welcomes you.
Today's sponsorship is provided in part by Anderson Cutting Horses, Roger and Connie Anderson. They wish all boroughs the best in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities this school year. Roger and Connie Anderson of Anderson Cutting Horses are proud to have the students of Hillsboro and Central Valley represent our communities. Good luck, boroughs, in all that you do. From Roger and Connie Anderson, Anderson Cutting Horses.
Back here at Central Valley High School, here at halftime, continuing the Farmers Union Insurance halftime, or Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance halftime show for auto, farm, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Looking at that first half, the Hillsboro Central Valley Boroughs doing a good job taking control early. They had that lead in the first quarter, just offense able to get a bit of an explosion there to continue into the second half. Defensively, having some missteps here against Hatton Northwood. But the Thunder finding some good lanes, taking advantage of missed opportunities there by the Boroughs, drawing a lot of fouls. The Boroughs in that first half with 7 team fouls, so the Thunder was in the bonus. So a lot cleaner first half than we saw last Thursday against Cavalier. But those fouls still definitely paying dividends here for the Thunder. On the other hand, the Thunder having a much different story here, not having the best of luck shooting offensively. They're getting some good stops and stops here and there against the Boroughs offense, but offensively they really haven't found their rhythm yet. Kelby Azure, though, has accounted so far for 10 of these 18 points for the Thunder. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half. Take another quick break. When we come back, we'll look at some first half stats here for both teams here on yourliveevent.com.
That Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsboro. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
As your community-owned utility, we always power through challenges. And in the face of any challenge, the City of Hillsboro remains unwavering in our commitment to you. We power both your life and work, whether that means hot cocoa with the family in the morning or a hot deadline at work that leaves the lights on a little longer at night. We're here with safe, reliable, clean energy. The City of Hillsboro, empowering our community.
Back here on yourliveevent.com. Here at halftime in Central Valley, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros leading the Hatton Northwood Thunder 38-18. And looking at some first half stats here for both teams. In the first half, Limke had 16 points in that first half alone with 3 rebounds. Parker Gallagher ended that first half with 6 points, a rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Caden Waterworth ended that first half with 4 points and a rebound. Jacob Brandt will close out that first half with 8 points, and 2 rebounds and a steal. Aaron Cooper had 2 points and a rebound in that first half. As also Alec Magnuson had 1 rebound, and Jace Leshik had a rebound, and almost could have given him the score there for the extra effort during the scrum for the ball early in that second quarter. But Brandt was there on the recovery to pick that one up, so he got the point. But Leshik really putting in that extra effort, which is what coaches would like to see. Looking for the Hatton Northwood Thunder. Caleb Braun will finish that first half with 1 point and a steal. Austin Rigg ends that first half with 2 points. Levi Jorgensen ends that first half with 5 points on the night. He definitely trying to bring a lot of energy to his team here. That struggled in the first half. Kelby Azure, though, as mentioned, leading the Thunder in points with 10, accounting for 10 of those of the 18 here. And he also has 2 rebounds. He has definitely been one of the key factors here for the Thunder down the stretch. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll see the start of the second half, and we'll look at some keys for both teams coming into the second half here on yourliveevent.com.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the Agronomy Centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our Villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our Villa at 701-343-6273.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Back here at Central Valley High School as we wrap things up here on the Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance halftime show for farm, auto, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro, looking at some keys for both teams here in this second half. The Thunder definitely going to do their best to come up with some stops here against the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on the defensive side. Offensively, the Thunder need to get some momentum going their way, put some shots in, get comfortable, and they'll definitely see how that plays out. The Burros, on the other hand, keep playing the way they've been playing. They've had the lead the entire game, and they've just looked strong offensively, but they will definitely need to clean up those fouls, not wanting to send the Thunder into the bonus like they did in that first half, as Derrick Carpenter and Levi Jorgensen have a bit of miscommunication there as that ball goes out of bounds, turnover, and the Burros get the ball back. Parker Gallagher receives the inbound pass as we see starters for both teams back out onto the floor. Long pass off to Jacob Brandt, who looks down to Caden Waterworth, who loses control of the ball for a minute there. Parker Gallagher looks off to Limke as Brandt goes up. He can't make the shot, but Caden Waterworth gets the rebound and he'll score. So now heading the other direction with it is the Thunder, as Caleb Braun with it now. Looks off to Levi Jorgensen, who goes up to Derrick Carpenter, back down to Braun. Jorgensen inside to Kelby Azure, and Azure continuing from his impressive first half, gets the quick points for the Thunder. Peter Dryber now heading the other direction with it, makes a defender miss. Parker Gallagher with the pass, jumps inside to Caden Waterworth. Peter Dryber now with it, goes off to Gallagher, finds Jacob Brandt on the far side. Caden Waterworth starting to back down. He'll draw the foul here. I think they'll give that one to Azure.
Azure looks quite puzzled.
They're actually going to give that one to Caleb Braun.
Okay.
His first. So Caden Waterworth now goes to the free throw line for 2. He'll make his first one.
Azure was giving one of those what, who, me gestures.
Yeah, a bit of confusion on who the penalty was on. As Waterworth will make his second free throw as well. 42-20 lead here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros in the third quarter on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Caleb Braun with it now, with a lot of pressure in his face, has to dump this one off to Austin Rigg. Kelby Azure now fakes, poked away, stolen by Parker Gallagher, now heading in the other direction. Gallagher flips it back to Jacob Brandt, and that's going to be stolen by Levi Jorgensen. Jorgensen with the lane, draws a lot of contact, so that'll be a foul here. Give that one on to Gallagher. That's his first personal of the game. As Derrick Carpenter, dumps this one off to Austin Rigg. Azure now with it, finds Jorgensen, back off to Rigg. Rigg will pull up for a long three-pointer, no good. That'll be rebounded by the Burros. Long pass off to Limke, and Gannon Limke with the easy bucket there. So good play there, good play in transition by the Burros. Parker Gallagher trying to go for the quick steal, not gonna happen. Kick ball there by Gannon Limke. Stays in favor of the Thunder, as we'll see both Teddy Petrick and Hunter Tweet check back into the game for the Thunder. Jorgensen with the long pass out to Azure. Rigg with it now, looking down towards Petrick. Jorgensen gets the pass back down, looking at Tweet on the near side. Long pass up to Petrick. Rigg looking inside to Azure, who tries to flip it over his shoulder towards Tweet, and the Burros are going to call a jump ball, or draw the jump ball, excuse me, as Gannon Limke will do the inbound pass to Peter Dryberg. Parker Gallagher has to get rid of it quick. Caden Waterworth passing down. The Burros going down the line here. Gallagher goes off to Dryber, who has a lane, and he'll draw the foul and go and make the point, so he'll go to the free throw line for a potential three-point play. 4:53 remaining here in the third quarter. Burros extending that lead, 46-20, on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. And that foul will be on Kelby Azure for the Thunder, as we have a substitution come out onto the floor. Derrick Carpenter checked back into the game, as Driver will make his first and only free throw attempt. Levi Jorgensen now crossing half court. Peter Driver with the pressure. Waterworth applying that double team, and almost poked away by Driver, and Gallagher almost coming up with it, but it'll stay fair, or stay in favor of the Thunder, excuse me. Tweet, pass off to Jorgensen. Crosses half court, trying to find some space here. Finds Tweet on the far side. Derrick Carpenter with the lane, but he passes back down to Jorgensen, who pulls up for three, no good. And trying to get that one. They will call the backcourt violation, but Teddy Petrick with the extra effort there, can't blame him for that. Trying to put his all into keeping that alive before falling out of bounds. And then Derrick Carpenter trying to keep it fair, but just no luck there. Burrows now with it as Jacob Brandt gets the pass, dumps off to Peter Driver, and Gannon Limke pulls up for three, and he'll make it. So now crossing half court is Hunter Tweet for the Thunder, having a lane, trying to go inside to Azure, but that'll be stolen away by Waterworth, now heading the other direction. Parker Gallagher will find Gannon Limke cross court, who will draw a foul. So Limke now going to the free throw line for two, and they'll call that one on Teddy Petrick. And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout here as well. Here on the Tim Gazette Seat Sales scoreboard, the Burros lead the Thunder 50-20 with 3:51 remaining here in the third quarter on yourliveevent.com.
Healthmart Pharmacy is bringing you the savings on your cough and cold medications, including Hall's cough drops, just $1.99 per package. Chloroseptic sore throat spray is $4.99. Save on Healthmart brand adult Tussin. You can choose from mucus and chest congestion, cough and chest congestion DM, or multi-symptom cold CF, $3.99 each. Healthmart daytime cold and flu non-drowsy liquid is $5.49, or nighttime cold and flu liquid $6.29. Hillsboro Drug and Gift and Healthmart, taking the time to listen and care.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Coming out of the timeout now, you'll see Gannon Limke take his two free throw attempts. The personal foul was on Teddy Petrick, his first personal, third team of the half for the Thunder. And Limke will make his first. And he'll make his second. Limke really putting on a show tonight. He's been a key factor here for the offense for the Burros throughout this entire game. Derrick Carpenter now with it, licks off to Hunter Tweet. Carpenter now going inside to Azure. Ball on the ground, but Azure picks this one up, and he'll overshoot the rim here. Rebounded by the Burros, now heading the other direction. Peter Driver now with the lane, going up, and he'll score. Azure trying to get a charge call, and last time out against Cavalier, we saw Parker Gallagher get called for several offensive charge fouls. So definitely clean that one up as Gallagher knocks that one down, stolen away by Driver, who has a lane, and he'll score. Give credit to Gallagher for knocking that one down to set up for Peter Driver to get it. Petrick now looking to Kelby Azure. Knocked out in the air, stolen away by Parker Gallagher, who came down with it. Going across court and using the backboard He will score. Parker Gallagher and Gannon Limke, two names we've been saying a lot of tonight here throughout this game. Both coming up big for their teams. Hunter Tweet, pass out to Azure. Find Jorgensen, who will draw a charge. And they'll gift that one to Dryber. That's his third team. And we'll see both Aaron Cooper and Jace Leshik check back into the game for the Burros. And we'll see both Caleb Braun and Austin Rigg check back into the game as Braun will miss his floater there. Leshik trying to float that one back down to Alec Magnuson, who's also into the game for the Burros. Knocked away. Levi Jorgensen now crossing half court. Pass back off to Derrick Carpenter on the far side. Go all the way back down to Jorgensen on the near side. Inside the paint now is Braun. Jorgensen had a good shot had he picked that one up immediately for three, but that mishandle there allows Aaron Cooper to get the pressure back on, and Cooper gets called for his second personal. Cooper putting a hand on it, almost coming away with it, but Levi Jorgensen there to recover for the Thunder. 1:35 left to go here in the third quarter. As Caleb Braun with the going inside the paint pulls up for a floater that he'll make. Crossing half court now is Parker Gallagher. Jace Leshik now passes back down to Gallagher, who will find Cooper. Cooper thought about going for three and decided against it. Gannon Limke now will pull up for three, goes off the rim, no good. Scrum for the ball, Magnuson gets the rebound, draws a lot of contact, and he'll get the foul.
There's that guy again. Leshik tipped the ball free, kept it alive.
Leshik giving a lot of effort out there whenever he is on the floor. Magnuson will miss his first free throw attempt. And we shall see Alex Cotton and Gavin Mitzel check back into the game for tonight. Alec Magnuson goes for his second free throw attempt. He'll make that one. Levi Jorgensen now crossing half court with some pressure from Alex Cotton now. Derrick Carpenter with it. Passes down to Teddy Petrick. Levi Jorgensen cutting to his right. Draws a charge. Or actually, yeah, they will call a foul there on the Burros. They'll get that on Alex Cotton. His first personal. 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Braun dumps out to Carpenter, and Carpenter with the lane can't make it. Draws a lot of contact, which will send him to the free throw line for two. And we'll give that one to Cooper, his third personal of the game. As Carpenter will make his first free throw attempt. And the ref's gonna stop this so the floor can get wiped down. Second time that's happened so far in this game. Carpenter getting set for his second free throw now. And he'll miss that one. So Aaron Cooper with it now for the Burros. Finds Mitzel, who looks down to Cotton. Leshik now will go back up to Cooper, who will find Cotton on the far side outside of the arc. Leshik trying to pass that one away, poked up into the air. 15 seconds remaining. Shot clock is now off. As Levi Jorgensen for the Thunder crosses half court. Loses control of it. And they will call another foul here. We'll get that one on Alex Cotton for his second personal. Another Jorgensen. Foot on the line. Petrick got the pass, but his foot was just touching the line with 3 seconds exactly remaining on the scoreboard here. Shot clock is off. Alex Cotton crosses half court. Cooper gets a shot off, and he will not make that one. Good effort there by the Burros to get it quickly in transition to get a last-second shot, but no dice. At the end of 3 quarters, the Burros lead the Thunder 59-23 on the Tim Cassette seat sale scoreboard. Give them a call at 701-430-0877. We'll be right back here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at FullServiceFoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. The Goose River Bank wants to bring banking to you. The days of coming into the bank to do business are changing. With digital banking, you can choose how and when you want to do business with us. We will still be here when you need us, but sometimes it's more useful to bank from the seat of your tractor, the kitchen counter, or even while you're on the go. Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. We believe that a strong bank builds strong communities, and we would be proud to be your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Central Valley High School for the 4th quarter of this boys matchup. This is game 2 of a doubleheader here, as we saw the girls earlier take on Hatton North. The Hillsboro Central Valley girls team take on Hatton Northwood girls varsity squad, and Hatton Northwood would come away victorious in that game, 63-26. A very strong showing by the Thunder in the second half, elevated them to the victory. Magnuson gets called for the foul, which will send Azure to the free throw line. And Azure cannot make that one. And Magnuson with it, almost losing control of it. Pass back down to Gavin Mitzel. Leshek will find Cooper on the far side. Magnuson having to back down, finds Cooper outside of the arc for 3. No good. So close. But Magnuson will get a rebound, and he'll miss his shot. As that rolls out of bounds. Last touch, the save on the knee of the Burros. So turnover, heading the other direction with it is the Thunder. Levi Jorgensen now crossing half court for the Thunder, slowing things down. Derrick Carpenter getting the pass, looking up to Austin Rigg. Kelby Azure will find Hunter Tweet. Tweet going inside the lane, but passes back out to Carpenter, who will find Levi Jorgensen, who will get called for a travel here. Just took one step extra before dribbling the ball and getting called there. 6:14 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Jace Leshek now with it. I'm not sure of the call there, but it's a turnover by the Burros, so Thunder get the ball back.
He carried the ball, which turns into a double dribble.
Not something you see called very often here. I think that's the second time I've ever seen that call made. As Kelby Azure drawing a lot of contact, he will go up. Will they count that? I don't think they will. So
yeah, they did. I saw the official give the little signal.
Okay, so he'll make that one, go to the line for a 3-point play. We'll give that foul to Magnuson, his second, and he'll make the free throw. So Alex Cotton now crossing half court with a full head of steam. Gavin Mitchell with it. Goes it back out to Cotton, who nails a three-pointer. Levi Jorgensen now with it, crossing half court. Dumps that one out to Austin Rigg. Derrick Carpenter with it now. Kelby Azure backing down in the paint. Ball gets poked away by Cooper. And Azure, once again, draws the foul off of Magnuson. That's his third of the game, second in this fourth quarter.
Azure is such a horse down low there. He can bowl his way to the basket in like that. You just really, really need to be physical with him.
And he'll make his first free throw attempt.
A little help from the guards would be appreciated because he took 3, maybe 4 dribbles there before he took that shot. The guard should be swiping away that dribble.
Misses the second, rebounded by the Burros. Landon Olson will get the rebound. So now heading that direction with it. As Olson takes a mid-range jumper, no good. But Magnuson gets the rebound and he'll score.
I think they're going to get Magnuson here.
I think they will get him on the they marked that as a technical. So that's Magnuson's fourth. And just like that, I think we'll see Magnuson done for the evening. 10 team fouls for the Burros, so double bonus for the Thunder. 64 to 27 point lead. As Azure will miss the first free throw of the technical. Got one more.
Magnuson is getting real frustrated with the strength of Azure and got that rebound on his own end and got shot back in. And I think he turned and said something or pointed at somebody and they nailed him.
Just let his emotions get the better of him. That's not something you really want to see happen. Jack Paulsrud comes out onto the floor for Magnuson. Forgot to mention that. That's another foul for the Burros. They'll get that one on Gavin Mitchell. So fouls here in this fourth quarter just really starting to add up here. As Derrick Carpenter will miss his first free throw attempt. And we'll see Aaron Cooper get subbed out for Riley Olson. So Landon Olson gets the rebound as Derrick Carpenter can't make either of his free throws. Riley Olson with it, crossing half court. Dumps this one off to Alex Cotton, who has to go back out to Riley Olson. Cotton now going inside to Landon Olson, but stolen away by Kelby Azure, who's bullying his way, blocked by Landon Olson. Olson, great defensive effort there to not let Azure have his way there. And Alex Cotton's pass to Riley Olson gets swatted away by Caleb Braun. 3:17 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll see a large group swap here for the Thunder. We'll see Caleb Trosted check into the game along with Elliot Holden, as well as Braden Rasmussen. Alex Cotton will pull up for three, no good. But that'll be rebounded by Gavin Mitchell. And Jack Paulsrud going up for it, manages to throw that off of, I believe that was Teddy Petrick, who's also out there on the floor. Gavin Cutshaw, who is also checked into the game for the Thunder. A missed shot by the Burros, rebounded by Rasmussen. So Teddy Petrick is going to lose that one. Stolen away by Alex Cotton. heading the other direction with the lane, and he'll score. Caleb Trosted now heading back, or with the inbound pass to Teddy Petrick. With it now is Elliott Holden. Teddy Petrick looks inside to Braden Rasmussen, who pulls up, blocked by Landon Olson. Landon Olson dumps that one out to Gavin Mitzel, who pulls up for a long two. And he'll make that one as there is a timeout on, or we actually have a substitution, actually.
Yeah, it was a timeout just to sub some guys in and get some guys out.
Braden Walsh now on the floor. Along with the number 22 that I do not have on my roster here. But a foul by Rasmussen will turn the ball over to the Burros. Minute 33, 68-27. The Burros leading on the Tim Cassette seed sales scoreboard. Riley Olson with it now. Do not have that number 44 or 22, excuse me. Jack Paulsrud with it as he passes that one away. Landon Olson loses control. That's stolen away by Teddy Petrick. That'll be a foul here. We'll get that one on Jack Paulsrud. So now being in the double bonus, we'll stop the clock at 50 seconds. Teddy Petrick will make his first free throw attempt. And he'll make his second. Riley Olson with it. As Burrows now trying to get some momentum going. Shot and a miss here. Teddy Petrick with it. Now crossing half court. Riley Olson getting in the middle of that, but last touched by Elliott Holden. So turnover here as the clock continues to wind down. Riley Olson with it. As they'll wave that off. They will wave the shot off. Despite Braden Walsh making it, he's going to get called for the travel first as the time will expire with the final second. And that will do it here. Your final score as the Hillsboro Central Valley comes away victorious over the Hatton Northwood Thunder, 68-29 here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will have some stats and your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, and hopefully we'll have some coaches interviews coming up. All this and more on YourLiveEvent.com.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halstead Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halstead Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halstead Living Center, or find more information at halsteadlivingcenter.com.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club encourages everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. Go Burros!
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back here at Central Valley High School as your final score here, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros come away victorious over the Hatton Northwood Thunder 68-29. This was the boys matchup here of this doubleheader, as for girls, the Hatton Northwood Thunder would come away victorious 63-26 over Hillsboro Central Valley. And the story for this game definitely be this high-scoring offense from Hillsboro Central Valley. They managed to take control all throughout, never let up. Defensively, the Thunder just had no answer for the Burros offense here tonight. The Thunder definitely going to be looking to bounce back, get some practice in, have some get a game plan going for their defense, because after tonight, Azure leading the way for the Thunder with 14 points is definitely not going to help with one player leading or with being the only one in double digits down the line here if you're Hatton Northwood. I'll give you some final stats here for both teams, starting with the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Gannon Limke ends the night with 25 points and 3 rebounds. Parker Gallagher ends the night with 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 4 steals. These are some unofficial stats, by the way. Peter Dryber ends the night with 7 points and a steal. Caden Waterworth will end the night with 8 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Jacob Brandt closes out the night with 8 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Aaron Cooper will close out the night with 2 points and a rebound. Alec Magnuson will close out the night with 3 points and 3 rebounds. And Alex Cotton will end the night with 3 points as well. Looking at some of the stats for the Hatton Northwood Thunder, you have Caleb Braun closes out the night with 3 points and a steal. Austin Rigg will end the night with 2 points. Derrick Carpenter ends the night with 1 point. Levi Jorgensen will close out the night with 8 points and a steal. Kelby Azure ends the night, as mentioned, with 14 points and 2 rebounds and a steal. Teddy Petrick closes out the night with 2 points, a rebound, and a steal. And then Hunter Tweet will close out the night with just 1 steal on the docket here tonight. We'll take another break. When we come back, we will hopefully have some post-game interviews with head coach Elliot Rutvold and see what his thoughts are on tonight's victory here. And we'll get to your features for tonight's postgame here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Hillsboro Central Valley Burros come away victorious over the Hatton Northwood Thunder 68-29.
Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive, cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsboro Body Shop.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
H509. If you are already a member, thank you. If you are not a member, we would love to invite you to join Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. We remind you every graduating student who applies will receive at least one scholarship through Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. So we can continue this amazing program, please consider a gift this season to Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. Visit H509 Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars website or Facebook page for more information.
The Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Boro sports fans meet after every game. The Hillsboro Vets Club is cheering for the Boros and also very appreciative of the community support of all of their fundraisers, their events, and just stopping in to enjoy the social and great atmosphere at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck, Boros, from all your friends and veterans from the Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Boro sports fans and us broadcasters meet after every game.
Here on YourLiveEvent.com, after the victory, Hillsboro Central Valley comes away victorious 68-29. Now here with me is head coach Elliot Rutvold. And coach, to get things going, congrats on the win. And what were some of the big things you were seeing out there from your team tonight?
I just thought our effort on both ends of the court, we moved the ball well against the zone tonight, which we've been working on quite a bit. And then our communication was much better tonight. We talked about that. We switched defenses, trapped them a little bit every once in a while, and guys all got in the right spots. We were talking on switches on screens. We were talking on screens that Azure was setting and trying to get over the top of those screens. So all the things that we talked about before the game, guys communicated, did a nice job on that. And that's what you got to do to play a good, solid basketball game.
Yeah, and you mentioned Azure for the Thunder. Definitely the guy who was one to watch. I mean, what was the game plan for him coming into tonight as he was just trying to – it seemed like he was just always bullying his way into the paint?
Yeah, we weren't going to double team him in the post. We got enough post guys in there to match up with him, and we were just going to try to make him earn his buckets and make sure that that's what happened. Excuse me. So I thought we did a nice job trying to beat him to spots and things like that. That second half a little bit bailed him out a couple times, but for the most part did a pretty good job on him.
Yeah, and definitely looking back from last week, your team did a lot better in maintaining or not drawing as many fouls within the first half. What was the big key for cleaning that up for tonight?
Well, the nice thing that we have is we have a nice deep bench, and Peter got too early and Waterworth got too early, Caden did. But, we're able to bring some other bodies in, and then those guys were fresh for that third quarter. And I thought, Caden battled Azure down there pretty well, and so did Alec Magnuson. I thought he did a nice job down there as well. And, I just think, for us, it's really about guys filling their roles and doing the job that we ask them to do, and I thought they did that tonight. Got a couple buckets out of Parker from the perimeter. That also helps a lot, too.
Yes, and speaking Parker, Gallagher, and Gannon Limke definitely were the energy for your team offensively tonight. What was working out there for you guys on the floor shooting tonight?
I just think our ball movement was so much better tonight. Against Thompson when they played our zone, we were really bunched up against them and didn't get a whole lot of spacing out there. Tonight we had better spacing, got guys to the high post. Got guys to the short corner. We're able to skip past it a few times. Guys were ready to shoot when they caught it. We weren't taking the first shot every time. We'd get it in the paint, get a lane touch and then kick it out, and guys were ready to shoot. And that's what you got to do. I think with our three bigs, we've kind of made a couple changes there. When they play zone, we're putting Jacob a little bit more out on the perimeter, so he can start out there and then he can flash in there a little bit more, and then Gannon and Waterworth working inside. But it's a work in progress, and it was a step forward tonight. But we got a long ways to go, and this team wants to be a team to be reckoned with by the end of the year. And we've struggled a little bit here in the first half of the season, but we got 10 games left, and if we can keep showing improvements game in and game out, we feel like we'll be there at the end.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you have 10 games left. What are going to be some of the big keys or focuses for your team moving forward after tonight's victory?
I think it's just little things. We keep stressing the little things in practice. Playing together. If teams are going to try to pack it in against their bigs, we got to be able to do that. If teams are going to come out and play us man, we still got to work our offense and take our time. And then defensively, it's all about communication and playing aggressive. And I thought tonight we did both of those things. And when we're aggressive on defense, we're a lot better than when we sit back. That's for sure. And I thought we've had a couple games here lately where we've kind of sat back and not been aggressive. So it's all about our team, not who we play. We've been stressing that all along. We just have to get better game in and game out.
Coach, before I let you go, any more final thoughts on tonight's victory?
No, we just like I said, one game at a time. This time of year, we're maybe not record-wise, we're not where we're going to be. We know where we wanted to be at this time, but we know we played a tough schedule. Lost a couple that maybe we could have got, and maybe won a couple that maybe we shouldn't have. So, all in all, you want to be playing your best basketball in February and March, and February is just around the corner.
Coach, thank you for your time, and congrats on the big win tonight.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
As head coach Elliot Rupvold here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll go ahead and move on to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Goose River Heating and Cooling of Hillsboro. Corey Wright is ready for you as a Ruud dealer for the Hillsboro and surrounding communities. If your furnace has lived past its prime, you'll want to talk to Corey today about a new Ruud furnace for your home or new construction. Now, you don't want to be left out in the cold, and that's why Goose River Heating and Cooling is available for you with 24-hour emergency service. Contact Corey Wright today at Goose River Heating and Cooling, 701-430-1990. Serving Hillsboro and the surrounding communities as a Ruud dealer. Here for you, Goose River Heating and Cooling.
The Irie Insurance Spring Update meetings are coming January 25th, 26th, and 28th with speakers Rich Morrison, Vice President of Farm Services at NAU Country, Mike Gower, Lead Field Marketing Specialist with NAU Country, and FSA personnel. They want to discuss the outlook for 2022 with you. They'll be in Devil's Lake at the KC Hall on the 25th at 9 a.m., and then in Hope at the Legion at 3:30 that afternoon. Join them at the Senior Center in McVille at 9 on the 26th, or in Hillsboro at 9 on the 28th. Irie Insurance Spring Update meetings January 25th, 26th, and 28th.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com as the final here at Central Valley. The Hillsboro Central Valley Burros come away victorious 68-29. Now here with me is Gannon Limke. And Gannon, first off, congratulations on the win. And, what were some of the big things you saw out there from your team tonight against Hatton Northwood?
Oh, yeah, this is a big win for us. We went on a 3-game losing streak a couple weeks ago, and we knew we had to bring it today. And this is a big 2-point region game, and brought a lot of energy today. We had kids down on the ground. That's what we need every single day.
Yeah, definitely. And offensively, you were one of the big sparks for your team. What were you seeing down there that just allowed you to get the buckets that you needed going down the stretch?
They let us have us posts have a lot of space down there, and me and Jake can move well together and play well together. So we just found open shots for each other, looked around, and found Parker and a couple other guys open in the corners, and they found us in the post, and just great team win today.
Yeah, and defensively, you guys seemed like you were just really making them frustrated. They kept looking towards Kelby Azure to get those points. What was key for you guys slowing him down, as it seemed like he was going to be the big guy for Hatton Northwood tonight?
Kelby's a big guy. He's a great player. He's a great post player in there. And NAC football committed 6'5", 240, big guy. And it's tough to stop him, but when we send double teams at him, he can't score on us. So it's fun.
And, as you mentioned, this is a big 2-point game. This will be the only time you see them, Hatton Northwood, this season. Down the stretch, what are going to be some of the big things you feel your team's going to be working on to really set yourselves up for success?
We got to work on our zone offense a lot. A lot of teams are going to start running zone on us, as they saw a couple of our games a couple weeks ago, and got to keep working on that every single day. And eventually we'll be good at it, and we'll be really, really, really tough to stop.
Gannon, before I let you go, I'm just going to ask you, any more final thoughts on tonight's victory?
No, thank you for having me.
Thanks, Gannon. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
And Gannon Limke of Hillsboro Central Valley here. He led the way with 25 points and three rebounds for the Burros. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game as we wrap things up here at Central Valley. Hillsboro Central Valley Burros come away victorious 68-29 on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Back here at Central Valley as we are wrapping things up here. We'll go ahead and move on to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Line 3 is now complete, and you can learn more by visiting enbridge.com/line3.us. And as we just heard from him, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game is going to be Gannon Limke, really bringing the energy on offense for his team, leading the way with 25 points and 3 rebounds. Really somebody who needed to bring the energy for his team, and he did just that. Moving on, we'll go ahead and get down to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. Visit their website at halsteadtel.com. And I would have to say for our post-game connection, it would have to be, definitely have to be with the defense for the Burros here. They just had a good connection all game. They were really frustrating the Thunder's offense throughout this game, making them one-dimensional and looking towards Kelby Azure the entire night. And if you can have that kind of success slowing down a team to where they just have one player that's their key guy, you've done a lot of success here. And that's why our defense for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros are our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. And finally, we'll go to our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Thinking about upgrading your planter? Visit RDK Enterprises at their locations in Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota to learn about available rebates and financing. RDK Enterprises, you can visit their website at planterdoc.com. And I gotta say, Parker Gallagher had the precise hand tonight as he ends it with 8 points, a rebound, 2 assists, and 4 steals. I mean, he was definitely all over the floor for his team, bringing the help like Limke, bringing the energy, but you have to be as precise as you can be to come away with 4 steals and just good reading all throughout for those assists. You couldn't ask for a better play from Parker Gallagher, and that is why he is our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. We'll go ahead and bring back in Keith Meyer. Keith, your final thoughts on tonight's victory as we wrap things up here at Central Valley.
Well, I think it was a good win for the Burros. After the struggles of a few weeks ago, to get them, on a little bit of a roll again now. They've got a couple wins in a row. I think that's going to show that team that they've got the capabilities, because after they had those 3 losses in a row, I think they were probably starting to question themselves a little bit. Now they know that they still can play the game, they still can do well. So I think that was a good morale booster for the Burros. For the Thunder, they're just going to have to clean up their outside game. Jorgensen had some nice moves to the basket. He was finding some little bitty lanes in there and squeezing in for some layups. And of course, Azure's just a mule. They need to keep getting the ball inside him, maybe come up with some creative ways to get him the ball in better position, and also with not so much attention around him. So overall, I think it was a good ball game in ways for both teams.
Yeah, definitely. And your final score here for the boys matchup as we wrap up this doubleheader. The boys Hillsboro Central Valley varsity squad comes away victorious 68-29, and the Hatton Northwood Thunder girls varsity squad comes away victorious 63-26. We'd like to give a special thank you to all of our sponsors here for tonight's broadcast, because without them, broadcasts like these just wouldn't be possible, and we ask that whenever possible you show your support by patronizing these businesses or just by going in to say thank you. We'd also like to thank you, the viewer, for watching, and if you want more Your Live Event, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you are currently watching, or you can go to our website and follow the broadcast schedule at yourliveevent.com, or follow us on Twitter at yourliveevent1. I'm speaking for Keith Meyer. I am Jerry Peralta, and we will we thank you all for tuning in, and have a fantastic rest of your week, and stay warm.